Hey guys, it's Mr. Mini Painter here, and today I'm going to show you how to paint animal fur, and especially on this character by Marvel Crisis Protocol, Ursa Major. What I first did is spray painted the model in black, and afterwards I used a gray spray to create some zenithal highlighting. So you get some shades in the bottom, dark colors, and the bright colors on top, which will help you paint it further on. So use the line that you think that the light is coming from and spray it in that way, so you get some nice shading on the muscles, on the lower parts of the body. Yeah, that's it for prepping. So first thing we're going to do is give the big bear a base coat of Mournfang Brown, which is a nice base color. I think it creates very good coverage. I really like this paint, and if you need to, go over it twice, but for me one time was quite okay. Cover the entire model with it, and after that the real work starts. Painting animal fur can be quite time consuming, because when you want to get the details that I'm trying to create on this model, you need to give it time, because it's a lot of different hairs. So after I base coated it, I gave it a wash with Agrax Earthshade. I sludged it on just like this. Normally I'm not the big fan of shading, but because it creates these blotches, but after we're done with this, make sure to let it dry. I'm gonna clean that up with some Mournfang Brown again and dry brushing it on the model. So you can get some darker spots in the bottom and more brighter at the top, and really leave those muscled areas showing. Next, I took some XV88 to create some first strains of hair. This is a very time-consuming process, so make sure to take your time, because it's going to pay out in the end. What I did here is create patches of hair all over the top part of the body, so leave the shaded parts as they are, so only top to down. Start on the top, make your brush stroke downwards so that it really looks like some hairs are there. Cover the entire body with this. Next, I highlighted this with some Zamaisi Desert, and as any highlight goes, you want to focus on the top parts of the body, so the top parts of the arms, the legs, the chest, the back, and of course the head, and leave the lower parts as they are, because you covered it with the first bits of hair, so you get the illusion of fur, and that's what we're going for. You want to give it a realistic furry look, and this model is quite smooth, so you have to think of the fur yourself to create it yourself. So that's what we're doing here, and with this highlight you can accentuate the muscles, well, basically anything you want that catches the light, but also make it look very strong in this case. For his face, I used some Karak stone to create a slightly different color around the mouth, and yeah, just make it stand out a little bit more, because you want the head to be the main focus of your model. I placed a little bit around, but mainly focused on the head. Next, I highlighted the head and the rest of the body with a mix of Zamaisi Desert and Palette Witch Flesh, which creates a nice brighter variant of your previously used paints. And as you can see here, I'm focusing on the top parts of the head, so the ears, the forehead, the eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, and also the very top parts of the body, so the shoulders, top of the back, so only the top parts, and leave the rest shaded below. You can take it as far as you want, basically. Next, I covered the eyes with Abaddon Black to get a nice dark rim around the edges. This is always a tricky part. I love when the eyes work out the way I want to, but they not always do. So sometimes you have to do it again, but this time I was successful. Next, I painted in the eye with palette witch flesh and leave some of the black around it. So make sure that your paint is thin enough, not too thin, to be able to get some nice solid look. Yeah, next I'm going for the nails. I used Corvus black because it's a nice matte black look. The eyes I just left like this because the box art doesn't show a pupil. So I gave him these white eyes. With the nails, take care of the nails on his hands, but also his feet. Next I highlighted the entire top of the nails with some Mechanicus Standard Grey to give the illusion of some sharpness. And look at that fur, that's coming along real nice. You can take it further if you want to. You can keep on highlighting the colors, the Zamaisi Desert, but just by adding palette witch flesh or pure white if you want. I would stick to the yellow tones because you get a nice color scheme that way. And final highlight for the nails is Grey Sear. I just touched the very tips and maybe the top of the claws to give it some extra sharpness. And don't forget to use the previous colors on the inside of his paws as well. He's got these black patches. And when you're done with this, we're going to do some final details on the face, which will be the tongue and the teeth. So the tongue and the inside of the mouth I touched with Screamer Pink, which is a nice dark purple look. Be very careful not to touch the rest of your model now because, well, it's a waste of your time, isn't it? You have to redo the fur. You don't want to. So that we have a nice purple pinkish look. We're gonna highlight that with some pink horror, and I focused on the tongue only. Just touch the edges so you get some depth, and afterwards wash it, shade it with some Carbro Crimson to blend all those colors together very nicely. And that's it for the tongue. Now for the teeth, I use a dark color first, Karak Stone. Make sure to very carefully touch those teeth and don't touch the previously painted gums or tongue. And the final step we're going to do is highlight those teeth with some Screaming Skull. You can use any bright color. You can use some palette witch flesh if you want, or any yellowy white to create some extra sharpness to your teeth. And after that, we are done for this model. There he is, Ursa Major, and a beautiful way to paint some animal skin, animal fur. So I hope you liked this video, it was helpful. If you do like it, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!